So the first thing that I do, so I'm going to be talking about each subject. So if you don't know already, I am in year 13 and I'm doing my A-levels, and I currently do mathematics, biology and chemistry. Those are my three subjects, A-level wise. Before I just tell you what I do, I'm just going to explain to you, talk about the subjects I do. In case you are in year 11, you think of doing A-levels, or you're literally in year 12 just starting off with A-levels, then just going to tell you the subjects that I do. So let's start with maths. So I was very fortunate enough for my GCSEs that I did GCSE further maths. Further maths really helped me a lot for GCSEs when it came to the transition from GCSEs to A-levels, because in further maths GCSE, some of the content that you learn for further maths is basically sort of content that you learn year one mathematics in terms of differentiation, integration. Did we learn integration? No, we didn't learn integration in further maths, but there was some sort of topics in further maths that you learn in A-level, in AS Maths year one. So I found that very useful. When it comes to mathematics as a whole, a lot of content, the three subjects that I do are one of the hardest sort of A-level subjects to do, and probably with physics and maybe psychology as well. I think maths is a good subject to learn. And with maths, I primarily chose maths due to the sort of wide range of courses I can get into, because if you want to do some courses, you have to have maths. If you want to do economics in certain universities, they expect you to do maths A-levels. And this was at a point where I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I wasn't too sure. So I was just like, you know what, I like maths, so why not just do it? And it would just give me that sort of diverse amount of courses I can do. So, I may end up being like, oh, you know what, I want to study economics in university. Oh, I have maths to back me up, so I can get into a university for maths, those sort of options. So in terms of year one, sort of year 12 sort of math, what helped me a lot was Dr. Frost. Dr. Frost is really good. Frost, I used their key skills because that shows the sort of key skills that you're meant to have for each sort of topic in maths. That was really useful. I also got their workbook for year one. I got their workbook and I loved it. It was really good in terms of helping me practice and making me understand how to answer certain types of questions, and it gave me that sort of, it allowed me to understand how exam sort of questions are because the workbook, the CGP exam practice workbook, were in a way written of how the actual paper's written. I also used their past papers. Past papers were really good, especially when it came to when we had end of years in year 12, and we also had mocks January, February in year 12 as well. So that was really useful. I know that physics and maths tutor, they have topic exam style questions for each topic, and you should also use that if you are preparing and if you're doing A-level maths. I think that's mainly it really that I do for maths, and I'm currently doing, literally using Dr. Frost exam style workbooks. I also got a revision guide just to help me know how to answer questions. Guys, I'm taking a drink. I got this drink, or this thing for free from University of East Anglia when I went for the open day. So thank you. So next one, I'm going to be talking about chemistry. So chemistry is the transition from GCSE chemistry to A-level chemistry for year 12. I didn't feel like it was that big of a gap. But in terms of what we first learned, so we first learned about atomic structure, which was alright, which is to me anyway, the easier side of chemistry, because you learn about protons, everything like that. But they talk about it in a lot more detail. You have subshells, you have orbitals, all those sort of stuff. It's hard to get your head around at the beginning, but once you start doing it, you'll understand. And that's basically what chemistry is, to be honest. It may seem complicated at the start, but once you try and get your head around it, it's not too bad. So what I did to revise for chemistry terms of like year 12 and what I am currently doing now is that I've got their revision CGP revision guide that has been so helpful for me, because there are instances in lesson where it's not even just CGP. I got like another revision guide. I got 2 revision guides, and yeah, they've been really helpful for me, because there are times when I'm in lesson and teacher's teaching it and I really don't understand it. Like, I come into lesson not knowing anything, and I come into lesson not knowing anything. You know what I mean? Like, not understanding what we've learned, which is not good. So I just get my revision guide and I just look through it. I mean, read the revision guide, and sometimes for each topic they have like questions for you to do so that you can like consolidate, and actually it makes sure that you actually understand what you've just learned. That's been really useful. It has helped me like sort of like understand what we actually learned in that lesson. And also another thing that I also do if I don't understand something that we've learned in the lesson is literally to just go on YouTube and watch YouTubers. Specifically, I watched Allery Chemistry. I watched him when I literally did not understand like the topic at all. Like, that was like one of my last resorts. Like, if I didn't understand what the textbook was saying, if I didn't understand what the teacher was saying, then I just go to Allery Chemistry, and he always like made me understand it, because I felt like he sort of simplified it in a way that I could understand. So honestly, just finding YouTubers that you feel like can help you actually understand the topic better is so great. So I recommend Allery Chemistry, because he actually helped me at the beginning of like year 12 for chemistry. Because of that, you know, that there's a jump between GCSE and like A levels, so he really helped me with that sort of transition and helped me like get onto like A levels and like focus on it and not get as confused with it. I also have like workbooks. As I've always said in my videos, workbooks are the thing. Like, doing lots of practice questions, exam style questions are the best things that you can do that can actually help you. So you've got a lot of practice. You're able to, honestly, when you do practice questions, you can actually learn from it. You can learn a lot from it. You can learn how to answer questions, and it can help you like review, go back to sort of your revision workbook or whatever, to look through your notes and see, okay, I didn't really understand this bit well because I didn't really get it right in the question, this sort of stuff. And it'll give you sort of, allow you to gain some exam techniques. So one thing that I do when I do tests or exams is that So like, when I'm doing an exam paper and I'm doing it, and then I see there are questions that I don't really know. Not that I don't really know, but at the moment, like, I'm finding it hard to like think of something to write. I always skip it and I do those other questions, and I try not to think about that question until I've done the whole paper, and I go back to them. And once I go back to them, that's when I realise that, oh my gosh, like, now I'm able to think a lot better and know what to write. So that's something that has helped me a lot when doing sort of exam practice papers or past papers. Past papers are the one. Honestly, if you're doing chemistry A levels, the one thing that's going to help you a lot is to just do past papers, practice questions, everything like that. Physics and maths tutor is really good. They have exam questions for each topic. Also, Study Mind is really good for chemistry. They do the other sciences as well, but yeah, chemistry definitely. Honestly, you just have to kind of just search up exam practice papers or practice questions and just do them as often as you can. Try and do at least like an exam style questions, like at least once a week or 2 times a week, as often as you can, and that will really help you in terms of your A-level chemistry. So the next thing is biology. So biology, to me, if I have to say which one is the hardest, I have to say biology. And the reason why I'm saying biology is because there's just so much content to learn, too much content. Like, you're learning new words all the time, this, that, the other. And to jump from GCSE to A-level biology, I felt like was quite a big jump. But it was quite a big jump, because you learn like new sort of words, new sort of processes. You learn these sort of processes, like, I know, like respiration in a lot more detail, photosynthesis in a lot more detail. Like, there's more to photosynthesis than you actually think. So for an example, in photosynthesis there are like two stages. You have the light dependent reaction and the light independent reaction or stage, whatever you like to say. And you need to learn about the Calvin cycle and all about the chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, the accessory pigments. Literally so much things to learn, and that's why biology is one of the hardest A-level subjects to do, definitely. But what helped me out in biology is that I got the revision guides. Revision guides were really helpful, especially when, as I said in my chemistry, especially when I don't understand what the teachers taught me in lesson as much. So I just go to my revision guide, or I watch some YouTube videos on that topic and try and understand it and see, like, okay, what does this mean? What's going on here? Just basically trying to understand what's going on. So yeah, revision guides really helped me. Exam style questions are really useful, because what I've noticed about biology, especially when you compare it to the other subjects I do, can't really compare it to maths too much, because maths is just different, you know. But when I compare it to chemistry, there is a lot of application in biology. You have to apply your knowledge to instances. It's not like active recall, where it's like, I don't know, yeah, it's not like active recall. It's not like you just put your knowledge, you just like write what you know. It's more like you have to apply your knowledge to the question. So they'll give you sort of scenarios, sort of things, and then you have to use your knowledge of what you know to answer the question. And yeah, it's a lot of application. So honestly, doing lots of practice questions are going to help you be able to gain that sort of exam technique and know how to answer application questions, because that's going to be really helpful and really useful. And one thing I'd like to say that has really helped me a lot in terms of biology, and when it comes to answering questions, don't overcomplicate yourself. Like, honestly, don't overcomplicate yourself when you see a question. Like there's been many instances when I've like done exam practice questions and I don't like answer it because I don't know it. Then I go back to the mark scheme. I'm just like, oh, is that it? Like, is that all I meant to write? So now I've just learned the sort of thing where it's like, just don't overcomplicate yourself. Like, sometimes when I'm answering like biology questions, I'll think like something and it's right, but then I would overcomplicate myself, say, oh no, that can't be it. When I look at the mark scheme, what I'm thinking is actually right. So honestly, sometimes you just have to like go with your instincts for some sort of questions, and just don't overcomplicate yourself, because most of the time the answers to the questions are things that you've already learned and you already know. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys found it useful and it has helped you prepare for your mocks, for your upcoming mocks or exams that you have got to do. Hope it was useful. Hopefully next week, I'm gonna do a sort of stretching sort of video, or I will do another sort of like exam sort of practice video, or I could do a study with me video. I don't know, depends on how I'm feeling. But if there are any sort of videos that you want me to do, particularly based around studying or productivity or stretching, then please tell me down below in the comment section, and I will see you next week. So I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully my voice will come back to normal. Bye guys, bye.